What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer, and we are going to do a man each day with all gels and these gorgeous dip powders from OG Dip Powder in the upcoming Grey's Anatomy Part 1 release. And I am so excited for these colors, but I have to preface by saying I accidentally switched the lids on the dip powders, so the glitter that I'm using is actually called But He's Not the Sun, You Are. Just so in case I forget to say that, and anybody who goes to look at these colors realizes, oh my gosh, she's not using the right color. That's why the lids are switched. The first one that I'm using is Move or I Will Run You Over, and it's this gorgeous like rusty orangish color, I don't know, burnt orange color, and it is stunning. It's a super shimmer. I mean, you can literally see from one dip how insane it is. Like the shimmer is so gorgeous. It's perfect for fall. I'm in my fall kick now still. I'm kind of finishing up my Halloween kick and getting into the fall kick of manis because, well, I still have time before I jump into Christmas manis and the holiday manis, so I am gonna do as many fall ones as I possibly can. I have to confess something here. I have not watched Grey's Anatomy in years. I don't think I've watched it since like the first couple years it came out. I don't know what season they're on. It seems like they're on like season 50. I don't know. It seems like it's been on for like 20 years. I could be wrong, but I swear I was watching it in college, and I haven't been in college since, well, like I started like 20 years ago. So I really feel like that show has been on forever, and I only watched the first couple seasons, and after that, like I know the original main characters, but a lot of these sayings and stuff that are the Grey's Anatomy collection names, I really didn't know them. So I don't have like I didn't even know who's saying all these things, like who said move or I'll run you over. If somebody knows, please drop it in the comments. Tell me who said that. And if anybody knows about the other color that I'm using, but he's not the sun, you are. If you know who said that, tell me, because I probably should know these things. Well, I guess, I don't know. All I know is they're gorgeous colors, and to me, like, that's what matters. I just loved these colors for fall. Anyways, whenever you're doing a gel mani, you want to make sure that you don't get any gel on your nail, on your skin, anywhere. The more often that you get gel on your skin, the more likely you are to get a gel allergy. So I really don't want to get a gel allergy. I love gels and use them all the time. So I'm really careful. I always try to use acetone or isopropyl alcohol and wipe it off my skin. I know sometimes like I might get a little bit on my skin that I don't even realize, like stuck under on the bottom of my finger or something. Like somehow I got it last night when I was doing a different mani on my nails. I was using gels, and I got some gel stuck on the bottom of my fingertip, and I didn't even I had no idea it was there until I went to wash my hands. I'm like, what the heck is stuck on the bottom of my finger? But I really, really do try to be extra careful because I don't want gel allergies, and I don't think anybody else does either. I have seen some friends have reactions from it, and they didn't realize that's what was happening, and they kept on using gels. So if you're getting like these little red blisters, like bumpy kind of looking things around your cuticles, underneath your nails, that's likely a gel allergy, and I would take everything off your nails and immediately talk to your doctor. Like, you do not want to let this go. Some people have actually their fingernail has started to separate from their skin because they left the gel on way too long. So we do not want to do that. We want to be able to use gels as long as we can. Back to these gorgeous colors from the Grey's Anatomy collection. So like I said, I really don't know much about Grey's Anatomy anymore. The way that I pick colors is what I think looks good, what I like. And since right now I'm in this major fall kick, these colors screaming fall to me. I think I've done my last Halloween mani. I have one more coming up, and I just have so many fall colors that I want to use and a month to do it. So I'm like, all right, I gotta squeeze in as many fall manis as I can now. Whenever you're doing chunky glitters with gel, you always want to make sure you lay your nail flat into the gel. If your container that has the dip powder, has the glitter powder in it, is a smaller container, like the ones I'm using are sample sizes and they're 0.25 ounce jars, they do not have enough space to lay my big nails in. So I like to put the glitter into a cupcake liner and then shake it around so that all the big pieces come up. And then after I apply my gel base, I gently lay my nail on top of the glitter and it really helps pick up those big pieces. One of the nice things about using gels is that you have so much time to work. Like until you cure it, your mani is not set. It's not like dip liquids where, you have a minute or 30 seconds or whatever to move all your glitters around and, get everything how you want it and the liquids start to set. Well, gels, they don't set until you put it under that UV LED lamp. And when you're using gels, you want to make sure you use at least a 48-watt lamp for UV LED. This way it'll ensure that all your gels are cured properly. And if I've noticed a lot of gels, like some are 30-second cure, some are 60 seconds, some say 32, 60 seconds. I've seen some that say 40. It's really going to depend on what your gels say. So always make sure you read the directions. That's something I always do whenever I'm using a new set of gels. I make sure that I read the gel instructions to see if I'm curing it the proper time. Now, I decided this really fun design on the middle nail, on my middle finger, and all I did was I took gel base on a builder gel brush. You saw me just like kind of dab it right on, and then I just did a little like swoop line down the middle. I took some isopropyl alcohol on one of my cleanup tools to really like crisp up the lines before I even laid my nail flat, and wipe off some of the excess gel so the line would be really, really straight. And then just laid my nail right on top of the glitter dip. And that is it. I took the pointy end of my cuticle pusher to make sure that there weren't any glitters like sticking off to the side. And using gels, I had so much extra time to cure it. It was so nice that I had all this extra time that I could really make sure my lines were nice and straight and before I even cured. And this was nice. This was a really easy way to do, I don't know if you'd call it a color block. It's more just like a little glitter design. Like if you're looking for something to pop up your manis a little bit, like give it a little pizzazz, something, I don't know. This was the easiest design I've ever done, and it looks really beautiful, especially if you're using a chunky glitter, because you can make sure some of the bigger chunky glitters are towards the back, like towards your cuticle, and then some of the smaller pieces are towards the middle of your nail, which makes it look like the glitter's kind of cascading down, which I absolutely loved. Whenever you're using solids or shimmers, you want to make sure you pour over the solid or shimmer over your nail when you're using gels. You don't want to lay your nail flat into a solid or a shimmer when you're using gels, because it typically ends up kind of like gunking up and like just kind of pushing the dip around, and you do not want to do that. After you finish curing your last layer, you never ever want to encapsulate with clear dip powder when you're using gels. Gels make clear dip powder kind of grainy and not so see-through. Like even the clearest clear, I've noticed, does not look as clear when you're using gels with it. So what I like to do is I do a layer of gel base over my entire nail, cure that for 30 or 60 seconds, whatever the gels I'm using are calling for, and then wipe off the tacky layer with isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free wipe, and then do any filing, buffing, shaping, whatever I need to. So typically when I'm doing gels, because everything lays so flat, all I really do is kind of file up my shape a little bit, and then go around my cuticle, one of my pan of fine bits, just to crisp up the cuticle lines, and then I wipe the any dust off again with isopropyl alcohol. Then I go back over with gel base and gel top, curing each of those. Now, if you're somebody who's really heavy-handed when you're applying glitters and your glitters don't seem to be laying that flat, well, you can do gel base, cure that, then gel top, cure that, then, wipe it off, and then do any filing and shaping you need to if you really feel like you have to encapsulate your glitters better than just doing one layer of gel base. That is another option. I personally don't need to do that, but, especially if you're just starting, or, you tend to maybe go a little bit thicker on your glitters, that's a great option for you to be able to do. And this mani was coming together so nicely. I was so excited about how this mani turned out. I've been using gels so much lately. I've just been needing to do really fast manis. So drop me a note in the comments and let me know if you like using gels to do your nails. If you're someone who's struggling with foil dip powders, check out this next tutorial on how to apply them with gels. Thanks so much for joining me today, nail crew.